why did I buy Quant? In today's video, I'm going to be explaining why. First of all, when it comes to the Quant network, I do believe that it is amazing. And let me show you what I'm talking about. The Quant network is made up of two things. It's made up of the Overledger OS, and it's made up of the Overledger network. And I first want to begin by explaining what the Overledger OS is. The Overledger OS allows something called a multi-chain application to be built. And in case anyone is wondering what is a multi-chain application, a multi-chain application is an application that is built on top of several blockchains instead of just one. So for instance, right, through the Overledger OS, an individual does not have to be stuck only building on one blockchain. They can, for example, build an application that, let's say, takes advantage of the speed of the Stellar blockchain, while at the same time leveraging the strength of the Bitcoin blockchain. That is how special the Overledger OS is. No longer do individuals and institutions have to be stuck building on only just one blockchain. They, again, right, can build an application that is built on top of multiple blockchains instead of just one. And now that you've heard about the Overledger OS, I now want to talk about the Overledger network. When it comes to the Overledger network, it is made up of the Overledger OS users. And the Overledger OS users on the Overledger network can share their data, their apps, their resources, and monetize them. And that right there is what the Quant network is all about. I do believe that it is very special. And let's not forget, Quant is very rare. And that is not a joke, by the way. Here's the thing, right? A lot of people, they like to say Bitcoin is so rare, which it is. There's only going to be ever 21 million Bitcoin in existence. However, here's the thing. Quant is far more rare than Bitcoin. The maximum supply of Quant is roughly around 14.8 million. However, you compare that to Bitcoin, again, right, Bitcoin's 21 million. And also, the way I view it is that Quant has a much better use case than Bitcoin as well. When we take a look at Bitcoin, it's mostly just a store of value for the most part. However, Quant is a lot more than that. Quant can be used for gateways and staking, enterprise and developer licenses. It can be used for platform fees, and even identity and account. In my opinion, Quant is not only far more scarce than Bitcoin, but I also believe that it has a much better use case. However, it doesn't end there, because Quant has their very own NFT standard called QRC 721, which I think is fantastic, because when we take a look at most NFTs nowadays, they are typically minted using Ethereum's ERC 721 token standard. And when it comes to ERC 721, I do not think it is that good, to be honest, because when we take a look at ERC 721, last year alone, hacks that occurred on ERC 721 resulted in nearly $87 million worth of losses. And also, ERC 721 lacks interoperability. However, the issues regarding security and interoperability are pretty much gone when it comes to Quant's very own NFT standard, QRC 721. In my opinion, Quant's NFT standard is far better than Ethereum's. Despite the popularity of Ethereum's ERC 721, I think in terms of fundamentals, I still think fundamentally it's just not the best. And I personally believe that Quant having their own NFT standard is such a genius move, because I do believe that there is a lot of potential in the NFT market. Because, for example, if we take a look at this, according to Grandview Research, they are predicting that by 2030, the NFT market is expected to be worth over $211 billion. So clearly, there's a lot of potential there in the NFT market, in my opinion. And I do believe that moving forward, as the NFT market continues to grow, I think so will fundamentally amazing projects, much like Quant, that are focused on NFTs. So overall, when I consider the fundamentals of Quant, I truly do believe that it is such a no-brainer pick for me, and that is why I am continuing to buy more and more Quant. I am dollar cost averaging and preparing myself for the next bull run. When it comes to Quant, I just believe that it is so spectacular. The fundamentals, the use case, the rarity. I just think it is pretty much unmatched. And if you want to know my price predictions for Quant in 2025, make sure to go ahead and click on this video right here. In that video, I go over several price targets for Quant in 2025, and I explain my rationale behind why I believe those price targets could hypothetically happen. It's a very interesting video, and I think you all would really love it.